Hello, Nirvana. My name is Charles, and I am here again, after the break, with breaking news. The girl that we previously reported on has been seen tearing through town in an automobile. The car's make and model was later confirmed to be a Pontiac Firebird 3rd generation. I am currently in very close contact with our woman on the scene, Kirsten, who is keeping a watchful eye across the situation. She says that they are about to cross out of town borders in 3,
2.
Hello, Nirvana, and welcome back from that lengthy break. I'm sorry that it went on a little bit longer than we first thought. If you'd believe this, I have quite a headache. But other news to report on. Apparently, the sheriff has been poking around those dead bodies that they found down in the quarry. No new evidence has been turned up. And there's nothing else much to report on. I'm dreadfully sorry, Nirvana, and I will see you next time. So anyway, you guys want to play some Monster of the Week?
Oh yeah, man.
Yeah.
Totally.
All right.
Don't you have some big, prologue for Dakota?
No, what? No,
Big.
I'm going to do
This
Dakota.
is a Dakota-centric episode.
It is a big Dakota-centric episode. Because you guys have gotten a lot of you time, and Dakota has gotten, 0 Dakota time.
I haven't even rolled dice yet for anything.
Yeah,
Really?
that's true.
Yeah.
You didn't get a saving throw when I poked your eyes out?
No,
No,
back in
I didn't get it.
That's not
It
how
was
that works.
it was your success, not my save.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot that this is this system. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
So, you know what? Actually, let's have the first half be what Dakota's doing. So, Dakota, you are at the water tower just outside of town. What did you gather for this excursion?
Well, Dakota does have his own pair of binoculars, so he brought those. He obviously kept one of his guns on him. He also is keeping his hunting knife on him too. That's about it. For what he's got on him, that would actually be useful. The rest is all just miscellaneous stuff in his bag that he brought with him.
Okay.
Things like, water.
Water's good.
food.
Water's good. I like food and water.
So yeah, that's what he brought with him.
Okay. So he brought those two things with him, food and water.
And a gun and his hunting knife.
Well, the gun and the hunting knife aren't as important. Gotta say. So, let me see. I want you to roll sharp. First roll of the game.
Okay, sick. Ooh, that's not good. I got a 5.
You got a 5, so that's a full failure.
Yeah. I mark experience for that, though, right?
I think, yeah, you do mark experience for that.
Okay.
So you don't see anything. I think that you're just looking out over the town up on the water tower after you've gotten yourself situated. And you're not paying a lot of attention to what's going on around you.
Yeah, I'm a little tired.
Yeah, what's Dakota gonna be doing as he's bored?
So yeah, after he realizes that someone totally fucking ditched him and didn't show up for the stakeout, he's getting antsy. He's twiddling his thumbs. He's just pacing back and forth up there. He kind of just abandoned the binoculars at one point and just like was looking around, local to the water tower, and then he picked them back up and is just looking around Nirvana, but kind of just stopped looking around where the Wendigo was. But yeah, he's just antsy. He's pacing back and forth. He's rapidly tapping his foot on the ground, trying to see if he has any cell reception, but then he remembers he doesn't actually have any information on Digby, so he can't call him. So he's actually looking for Digby more than he's looking for the Wendigo.
All right. You are going to be sitting there doing what you're doing until you hear a noise. You hear a clanking noise coming from almost directly underneath you. What do you do?
With Dakota, with no second thought, is like, oh, well, that's nice. I'm going to go investigate that.
So you get down that ladder. I would imagine that's where you're going.
Yeah.
Okay. So you climb down the ladder, and as you climb down, you start to notice it clanking. It has been unscrewed at the bottom, and it's starting to wobble more and more and more. I'm going to need you to make me an act under pressure.
Act under pressure. Okay. All right. I'm kind of cool. Myself. And by kind of cool, I mean +1. That's a 10, baby.
That's a 10?
I'm cool as heck.
Plus what?
No, 10 with the bonus.
Oh, 10 with the bonus.
So
okay.
just 10 total.
All right. And since you are a 10, perfect 10.
Thank you.
You manage to finesse it and climb all the way down. You also are able to... you actually start sliding down with a little bit of extra dexterity. So much so that you knock the person who unscrewed the things out of the bottom. You knock them to the ground. All the way down. They land with a... and you look down, and it's someone you've never seen before.
Oh, an NPC.
An NPC. It is a man with glasses and a long red ponytail. He also seems to be wearing a lab coat. And he's holding a strange-looking device.
Is it roleplay time? Oh, I'm gonna talk to him. Hello.
What are you doing here?
Well, I was just on the water tower. What are you doing here?
What were you doing up in the water tower then?
I just like to go on walks, and I like to get a nice view of Nirvana. It's actually a very pretty place from up there.
I like to get a nice view. We both know you're here for something more than that.
Well, what are you here for?
Well, you know what I'm here for. I'm here to read the signals.
The signals?
The signals, sir. They're all over. You don't know about the signals?
I mean, I think I heard something. I don't know. What are the signals?
Well, people around here, most of them were drawn in by the signals. You know, not many people know about them since they're signals, and not everyone's out here sensing for signals. But I am. It's broadcast out using radio waves. Nobody knows where they're coming from, but it all leads back to Nirvana.
So why are you standing under a water tower?
Because the water tower is going to be the number one place that I could sense for signals. Highest vantage point in sight.
Well,
But-
yeah, it is quite the view. I imagine you could get good reception up there. I can't seem to get any, but, maybe you'll have better luck. And I don't trust that ladder either.
Yeah, well, I thought you were a suspicious, I don't know, crime-breaking individual, so this is why I decided to cut off your exit. I was gonna call the police, but I think I can let you off for now.
Who said I'll let you off? You seem to be really fishy. And I'm pretty good with the police right now, so maybe you should be the one giving me some answers.
I told you what I'm here for. I'm here for the signals.
I don't think that'll pass in court, buddy. Look, I was drawn here by something as well. I think for me it was more the nature. You don't get a lot of that in Nevada, but maybe it was the signals. But we do have a lot of weird happenings here, so who knows? Maybe we got something going on. But I don't think I can trust you very much.
Well, I only started monitoring the signals a couple years back. Listen, it's not enough to get my my ass in jail for. So if we could just push this under the rug.
Yeah, let's just do that. What's your name, buddy?
My name's Jeremy.
And, well, I'm Dakota Burns. My family's never really been around here, so the last name doesn't really matter. But, you'll probably hear a bit about me. I'm kind of a local figure. I work with the butcher. Where exactly are you? I don't think I've seen you around before.
I am a buster of the unknown. There's an entire club of us. We all specialize in different things. It's a national group. I head the strange signals department. Or I guess it's not the strange signals department as much as it's the extra, task workforce when nobody else wants to do the work. Is me, whatever. I'm stuck chasing signals for my group, but it's not like they care enough to give a shit that I'm stuck in this ass-backwards town. And at this point, he's sort of screaming off into the distance.
Well, I think there's a lot of charm here, actually. You just probably haven't discovered it yet. The woods here are just so pretty and has so much good wildlife. But I'd say at the moment, probably don't go into the woods. We're having some cases of... And then Dakota kind of suspiciously looks both ways and says, rabies. And we're getting a lot of people hurt because of that.
Yeah, it's a real desert flower with all this crime and shit around. I heard what happened with those bodies.
Yeah, they were picked clean by something, which means whatever's out there is really hungry. I think it might be a sign that we need to plant some more floral things around. Or at least try to get some better populations of animals around.
And just while you guys are talking and nothing else seems to be happening, the device that he is holding starts going off like crazy. It is picking up something big. And in the distance, Dakota, you hear an engine roaring.
Dakota is visibly worried.
And he goes there and he says, "Holy shit! I haven't seen readings like these since forever. Is this you? Are you doing this?
Am I doing... Well, I heard something off in the distance. That's probably what it was.
Yeah?
Well, how about you accompany me and we go check it out? Seems like that's your whole job. But you don't seem... And then Dakota kind of looks the guy up and down. You don't seem fit to fight if you have to. I mean, I'm not really, but at least I have this. And he shows his hunting knife. Follow me.
Yeah. Well, I'm armed with this, and he picks up the device, and he shows it to you, and he also says, and knowledge, and he gets this, he pulls this book out of his, out of the lapel of his coat. It's monsters and other strange things.
Monsters? Well, I don't know if we get too many of those around. Anymore. We got some bad animals around before, but that's not something you need to worry about. But I think we gotta worry about that engine. I know it's not my car. That thing never starts. Follow me. And then Dakota will go to investigate.
It's nothing too strange that the words of Mr. Bush wouldn't know shit about it.
Bush.
Anything we need to know in this book.
Did you say Bush?
Yeah.
Do you know... Is that Digby?
Yeah, that's Mr. Bush.
Oh my gosh.
And there's an author's note from Digby Bush to his son, whom he dedicated the book. Yeah.
Okay. Oh my gosh. Digby's your dad? I met him. He actually just kind of... He was supposed to be out here with me, actually. We were looking at the water tower.
He's not my dad. I actually went to college with his son. He's the one who gave me this book. We actually built our group around what Digby had to say.
Well, when I talked to him, it seemed like he was here for a purpose. I think I'm starting to understand what that is. He's been telling me some things, and... Alright, you know what? I guess I'll just drop the act. We have seen something a little fishy around here. We're starting to think it might be an issue, something probably considered a monster, and I think that's why Digby's here.
He's just been nodding this entire time, and he waits for you to finish talking, and he says,
Mr. Bush is here? He's here in this town? Like, now?
Well, maybe not right now. He might have... I think he was planning to leave or something, because he was supposed to be here.
No, he can't leave. I need to,
and he takes out an inhaler and starts wheezing on that. And he goes,
sorry about that. No, I need to meet him before he leaves. I need to tell him about the signals.
Well, I feel like he should already know about the signals. I can just tell him about that. I know him pretty well.
Yeah, but I mean, truth be told, I really want to meet him.
Well, I didn't know our little friend Digby was famous. Let's say we go find him. It's probably what the cause of that engine roar was. But first, that's an interesting book you have on you. Can I see it?
Sure.
So I don't have to roll
and
for
he hands
the...
you the book.
Okay.
No, yeah. This guy is incredibly... He wants to share this shit.
Okay, alright. So, Dakota sifts through this book about monsters. What does he see?
He sees all sorts of things. A lot of stuff about different mythologies, different mythological creatures. If you've ever watched Gravity Falls, it's a lot like the journals there, but like much less sporadic notes and much more like formulated. It's like a mixture between that and a Wikipedia article.
So it's like the Monster Handbook for D&D.
Yeah, it's like the Monster Handbook for D&D.
Can Dakota find anything Wendigo related on it?
No. Most of the monsters actually seem to be a lot of them have to do with the western side of the country. And that's more of an Eastern thing. You would know that because of your heritage.
Native American, yeah.
But this isn't something that Digby would have a whole ton of knowledge about, or at least not enough to write a book on.
Okay. Well, this is a little interesting book. Well, what we saw wasn't anything like what was in here, and he hands the book back. So I say that we just approach with caution, but we're losing time. Anything else you gotta say? Because I really think we should go check out what that was.
No, of course, of course. Are you sure it's safe?
No. Dakota just, like, smiles and starts heading in the direction of what happened.
What? Wait up! And then he starts chasing you.
All right.
So you're going in the direction of the engine?
Yes.
Okay. So in that direction, before that happens, I want you to roll me a sharp.
Oh no. 7.
7. Okay. And that's a mixed success. All right. You notice you hear a sound. You hear a sound coming from the wooded area to your left. That creates the ring of forest around New Nirvana. And you jerk your head in that direction, and you trip. You trip over and fall. It was actually not a terrible fall, but as you're falling, you see the Wendigo staring intently in your direction.
From the woods, okay. So yeah, Dakota recovers from the fall and gets up. And then is it like Jason Voorhees, he looks back and the Wendigo's gone, or is it still just staring at him?
That's exactly what I was thinking.
Before you fully recover, it starts charging in your direction.
Okay, so I have a Wendigo sprinting at me and Scientist Boy.
Mm-hmm.
That's bad. Do I gotta roll again?
Let me see. What roll would I make you? No, just what do you want to do for now?
Dakota, let's see. Alright. You know what I'm gonna do? You know what? So Dakota sees the Wendigo charging at him and immediately goes, alright, this man wants a fucking fight, I'm gonna give him one. And he gets up and charges at the Wendigo, ready to fight it.
Are you gonna pull your what could go wrong?
What could go wrong?
What could go wrong? Okay, so you get to hold 2 of those, and you're charging right at it. And what do you want to do?
I'm gonna whip out the knife and I'm gonna stab the fucker. I believe that goes under kick some ass.
That does go under kick some ass. Roll to kick some ass.
10.
The result is 10. So you get to choose one of the 10 plus little boons. You either get to gain the advantage, take +1 forward, or give +1 forward to another hunter. You can inflict terrible harm, +1 harm, suffer less harm, -1 harm, or you force them where you want them.
With the knife, would that add harm if I were to give it to him?
If you want to inflict terrible harm, that's your move.
Is that +2 harm because I'm holding the knife?
Well, it's whatever you want to stab or shoot it with. Whichever one you want to do.
Okay. I'm just gonna do the harm. I'm just gonna harm it.
Okay, so you're gonna +1 harm it. And what are you gonna do? Are you gonna shoot it or are you gonna stab it?
Well, I pulled out the knife, so I'm gonna stab it.
You did pull out the knife. So you run towards it. And you run and you run and you run and you run. And as you are running, you run straight into it with your knife held out. You sort of wrap yourself around its torso and you get it twice in the abdominal region. And
nice.
damage does your knife do?
It's +1 harm.
So +1 harm. So that's +2 harm.
Yeah, I deal 2 harm to it.
So you dealt 2 harm. And it recoils a little bit before taking its right arm and raking its razor-sharp claws across your chest.
Is that guaranteed, or do I roll?
Nope, that's guaranteed.
Really? That's lame.
Whenever you kick some ass, you always take damage.
That's lame.
And you take 1 harm.
Okay, well, that's not much.
Now, what do you want to do? You're wrapped around this thing, like a motherfucking koala, with a knife. What do you want to do?
You know, I'm going to stab it again. Yeah, I'm going to stab it again. Dakota, don't care.
So roll to kick some ass.
All right, that's a 9. That's a mixed success.
Okay.
That's a
So that's
9 on a kick some ass.
So you're gonna stab him one more time in the same abdominal region, and you seem like your 3 harm have done a great bit of damage. You've done some, like, there are weaker parts. There are some parts that are harder, that you can tell are completely made of bone, of a bony substance with 0 flesh, but that torso area is particularly soft. So you can tell that you've done a good deal of damage. But it takes its hands, grabs you by the shoulders, and throws you off of it.
Psh, I'm fine.
Well, you actually land and take 2 harm.
Psh, I'm fine.
Which dazes you for around 10 seconds.
Psh, I'm fine.
Roll me a cool.
I got a 13.
Yeah. So you hit the ground and you immediately bounce back up. It didn't daze you in the slightest. And you are looking, and the Wendigo grabs your companion.
Ah, fuck that guy.
And you can tell that he's eyeing him up and down before taking him and starting to drag him very quickly back into the woods.
Can I chase? Can I pursue?
You can pursue if you want.
Yeah. Is that a roll, or do I just chase it?
No, sure, yeah.
Okay.
If you want to...
You know, I'm chasing it.
Well, okay, to see how fast you chase it, I would like you to do a...
10. Full success.
That's another 10. Yeah, so you are chasing this shit. You are running and running and running and running, and you almost you catch up to, under normal circumstances this would not be possible to catch up to the Wendigo as it's moving with superhuman speed, but somehow you are just as fast, if not faster, than the Wendigo. And what do you want to do? You're about neck and neck.
Get this. I'm gonna stab it.
You're gonna do another kick some ass?
Yeah, I'm here to kill this thing at the moment. So and that's just another +1. Okay, mixed success again.
Okay. So you deal another harm into it, but this time it looks pissed. It looks at you. You can this entire time it's been a very cold, calculated thing. It's moved without much emotion. It's more just drifted from place to place until it locks onto a target, and then it like bolts. but you can tell that it's angry at you.
Yeah, hit me. I dare you. And you're gonna have to. That's how Pokemon works.
That's how Pokemon works. But no, you can tell that the scientist guy is kicking and screaming your name, but he's face down, being dragged by the Wendigo. He's kicking and screaming in pain, and the Wendigo takes him. He brings him back up to his face. He looks him over one more time, and then he takes his claw and digs his right eyeball out of his skull.
And then does it eat it?
No, and then he takes the body and he swings it at you.
How much harm?
That would be 1 harm.
I detest that. I'm going to use one of my holds to reduce that harm.
You're gonna reduce that harm?
Yeah.
Well, it throws the body at you, and at this point, the body has been like clawed up, and it's missing an eye, and it hits you, and it like knocks the wind out of you, but it doesn't do any harm. But now you have the weight of a body under you, and since the Wendigo isn't being slowed down by carrying a human body, it's going to run off in the opposite direction with its prize. Obviously hurt. What do you do?
So Dakota kind of snaps out of it. It's clear that he was like adrenaline rushing the hell out of those. But the Dakota. So where does the Wendigo scurry off to?
Deeper into the woods, not into the town.
In an identifiable direction, like towards the cave?
Towards the quarry, yeah.
Okay. Well, Dakota pushes the guy off of him and stands up, and then immediately like goes, "Oh my gosh, I just saw what that thing did to you. Oh gee, you need to go to the hospital." And then as he looks off into the woods, he's like, "Okay, no, I'm helping this guy." And he picks up the scientist man and lugs him away.
Yeah, Dakota, you're talking to someone who is incredibly unconscious.
Yeah. Well, Dakota talks a lot, regardless of if his person's listening. Yeah, he picks up the guy, still having enough strength in him to do so, and takes him back into town to see if he can patch the guy up.
Where particularly in town? Your apartment?
Dakota takes the guy back to his house to see if he can just patch him up with some bandages.
Oh. Of course he does.
What?
Nothing.
What, is it because he's gay? Nah.
Man's just got his eyeball ripped out.
Yeah, no. Like, Dakota, because I'm going to say this now. I think that the way I've imagined the positioning, it'd be faster for Dakota to bring the guy to the house, quickly patch him up and get him at least in a state where he's safe, then bring him to the hospital immediately.
There is no hospital, there is a clinic.
Okay, is the clinic able to be called?
The clinic is callable, that is true.
Okay, so I think Dakota will go back to his house, bring the guy there, and call the clinic to say, get someone over here immediately. Once he gets reception, once he's out of the woods.
Okay, and you do get a response, and they said that they would have someone over to your address as soon as possible. Hello, and welcome to the mid-roll section of Lazitus, episode 3, I think. This is the mid-roll. This is something that we've never done before, but I'm hoping to do from this point on. With the hope that, mid-roll, basically what that means for non-avid podcast listeners, this is a place to talk about what's going on, to plug
all of our different social medias, hopefully inevitably sponsorships, blah, 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 blah. But basically all we have to plug right now is our Instagram, hopefully a Twitter that's going to be going up soon, and of course, the Imaginauts Patreon. What you'll get with that Patreon membership is, well, basically, this episode came out audio only many, many, many days before it released on the YouTube. So if you want bonus content, early episodes, and shout-outs in the videos, in the mid-roll, nonetheless, I'll get to that in a second, come on down to patreon.com/Imaginauts. And speaking of Patreon, this is the place where we thank our patrons. And our number one and only patron as of right now for the $10 tier is Gideon Ebling. Thank you so much for your support, Gideon, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the show.
I'm built different. I'm quirky and different.
We've made that joke so many times.
I think it gets cut every time.
It's kind of an in-joke. It's like the Tinder Chronicles. It just gets cut.
Yeah, it just gets cut.
Don't worry
Because
about
it
it.
needs to be. Anyway, Oh, so this'll be a weird jump cut. Digby and Mary. Mary, you're driving a car.
Aha! Joyriding.
No.
Yee yee!
And you just
Oh yeah! Oh yeah!
you just passed the town border. The engine roars one more time after you pass through this weird time, this little period of time where everything felt slowed and kind of like you were walking through mud. And Digby, you noticed for the first time, you witnessed the old man's transformation into this beastly figure.
And Mary
then that
goes,
stops.
I told you.
Not yet. Well, you gotta deal with the situation at hand. Mary, act under pressure, because this is gonna be a little bit of a discombobulation issue.
Discombobulate.
I don't do good under. I got a 3.
Okay, good news.
Mary
That's
just
XP. That's
dies.
experience.
You get to mark experience.
Okay.
Mark that off on your
Bad
sheet.
news.
The bad news is that you have just completely... You had, like, this focus before on what you were doing. You had to walk yourself through the steps. You'd been driving one time with your father before, and he found the process too frustrating to continue. But as everything restarts, your mind goes completely blank and you have no idea what the fuck you're doing. So you veer to the right and the left, and you run into a rock.
Shit.
One of those patented desert rocks.
I can do a sound effect. I can just. we hit the rock. Oh no!
I knew I shouldn't have let you drive.
I'm gonna look online for a rock hitting car.
Just a stock car crash sound effect. Alright, how about I drive next time? No, there's probably not going to be a next time.
I don't need your attitude.
Well, seeing as we're outside of the town, judging by What was his name again?
And his name was Tim Barkin.
Okay. Mary, you're right. Tim's changed.
I told
I-
you, but
What the hell is wrong with me?
I'd like to know that myself. Calm down.
no! I rolled a 3, Diggaby. I rolled a 3.
Anyway, what the hell?
Are you alright?
No! Do I look like I'm
no, you
alright?
don't.
And he shows you his weird everything. And he says, I am in the prime of my life, about 76 years of age. You are telling me that I am turning whatever this is happening?
Well, it's
Oh my
happening.
God.
It's happening now. Not sure
It's-
why. Seems to have something to do with the city limits. I mean, we're lucky Mary crashed just outside of the city, or else.
I don't wanna talk about it. I don't wanna talk about it.
He looks back down at the ground and he looks back up again and he says, "We need to go back there.
Whoa.
Not the city,
No.
not the town. We
Wait
need
a-
to go back to I need to take my medicine."
What exactly?
I don't think we need to be popping pills right now.
No, we need to go back to my shack.
You mean your house?
No, my
Your-
that's an apartment. We need to go back to my shack, where I do my research.
is
Uh,
well, why do we need to go there?
So I can take my medicine to get rid of all this gunk.
Well, if he says
I don't think I should be going into a shack. No offense. I don't feel comfortable
Lord,
going into a shack with two.
Mary, listen. Did you just describe me as an Are you kidding? The disrespect.
Okay,
Anyway, we need. Anyway,
in my defense, you kind of stalked me behind the school.
you
like,
were acting
Get me to the
suspicious.
goddamn shack!
Okay.
Where is this
I'll
shack?
drive.
Does the car work?
Yeah,
No.
it's broken.
It's
Alright.
fine. Like, everything else is fine. The engine is shot.
Alright.
Fucked.
Alright, so can you tell
Get
us
me out of this
where
goddamn
this-
he-here Pontiac car. Get me out.
Okay.
Okay.
You have permission to step out of the car. Now, where is this shack?
It would be directly to the right
Oh.
of the exit to New Nirvana, and you see
There's
rubble.
Rubble, how fascinating.
Is it cause I hit the rock? Is that how poorly I
No.
rolled?
What the hell happened to my shack?
This is barely what I'd call a shack.
Yeah, it used to be a shack, and he picks up some wood. And he runs over and he goes, "What? Don't. Oh God, fucking damn it!" And he says, "Oh, that's weird. This seems completely uncovered." And he goes to a trap door. So, Digby, you would remember that this is where the bunker is.
Okay.
This is where you've been living for the past couple weeks.
Okay. I'm gonna stop him right there. Whoa. This isn't your shack. This is my, well, I've made this place my own in the past few weeks, but you're saying this is yours?
You live in a hole.
Okay,
In the
it's a
desert?
bunker. It's a bunker. It's where I do my research. Okay, now back to the important things. This shack, like, did you live here? I forgot his
Yeah,
name
it's
again.
my-
God damn it.
No, this is my barking bunker.
Like a dog?
That's my
Rough,
That's my
rough,
last-
etc.
That's my fucking last name. Tim Barkin, my name. And then he goes in.
We're just stupid.
The both of yous, yeah. And he starts climbing in.
Sorry.
Like a dog, really? What an idiot.
Okay. Well, sorry to say,
I
Tim.
am not going into your hole in the desert.
This bunker is mine now. So
Yeah, do what you want with it after I leave. Cal, are you there?
oh no, you know,
Hello, sir.
it's the disembodied creepy voice. Yay.
You get those too? I'm kidding.
Wait, what?
Don't worry
Digby
about
pulls
it.
out his notebook. Can you say it again?
Nope.
Disembodied creepy voices. Okay.
Mr. Barkin, you've returned.
Ah. What-
Yeah, I mean, it has been a little bit. It has been 37 years. Been a couple of them years. It has been 37 years, Mr. Barkin.
What the?
You know, it's been a smidge. I have missed you, Mr. Barkin. Really? No, Mr. Barkin. Take your medicine. And this little, pill dish comes out with a single one inside. Only one? And he looks back up. To no place in particular, but just, like, away from the pill. I'm sorry, sir, but, I presumed that you were dead, and I did not order any more of your medicine.
Someone needs to tell me what is happening right
I'd like
now.
some context as well. Okay, you're definitely the weird voice in the bunker this morning. Tim, you said his name was Cal?
My name is Cal.
Kale.
Why are you...
Cal.
Kale.
Okay.
Cal. C-A-L.
Okay,
Like
It's an
the
acronym.
Salad.
okay, nice name, Cal. Can you tell us why you're giving this crazy guy medicine for God knows what? Like, I don't even know what to say.
Mr. Barkin
Let's start
has
off with
been
that.
exposed to massive amounts of Lazitus radiation.
Oh. That explains
Like-
the disfigurement.
Like a nuke? Like,
We have some explaining to do. Yeah,
Obviously.
I guess we do.
info dump. Info dump. Info dump.
Well, and he sits down at the area near the radio, and he picks up a half finished cup of coffee and he starts sipping it. I don't know where to start, but you might wanna take a little bit of a sit-see.
Digby sits down. pulls out his notebook
Is there a table?
There is a counter.
She sits crisscross on top of the counter.
There's a couch.
I don't do that.
Who doesn't do couches?
And then he looks at Digby, and he looks back at you, and he looks at Digby, and his eyes just shift from like analytical to like when he looks at you, Digby, he just like looks astonished. I thought yous was a Girl Scout.
That's how we do in the Girl Scouts.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Well, my name is Tim Barkin, and I am I guess I was a scientist.
Okay. Nice to meet you, Tim. What exactly did you study here?
Well, funny enough, I studied the odd goings and such of this town about close to, again, 37 years ago.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Unfortunately, how do I put this? I've seen people come here every once in a while. I sit out in the shack. I make sure that people don't go in that ring of trees. That's my job. I don't remember all the details, but I know that that's dangerous stuff.
By job, you mean you're being like paid or something to make sure no one goes in that ring of trees?
Well, actually, I wasn't being paid per se, but I was being funded. My research was being funded.
By who?
Oh, by this new fangled company, called themselves Sevotech. For whatever reason, they took a general interest in my research, and they wanted touch-ups and little bits and pieces of it every once in a while. Nothing too important, just the log of who was coming in here, why, what was going on with the subconscious manipulation of the masses. Every little unimportant detail. None of the big stuff.
There's subconscious manipulation of the masses. Is that what happened to you in the town?
Okay, follow me, and he takes you through a door that has a number lock on it.
Okay.
Bruh.
It's a real bruh.
What a bruh moment.
Now, I gotta say, this place was incredibly high tech. Those 37 years ago. I don't even know how those Sevotech guys got all this junk. I've only seen this stuff in like sold in grocery stores in about the last 10 years. They had it 27 years before it hit commercial shelves. But
okay.
I don't know. Really some odd stuff. And he pulls Digby in, and he was like, "Don't trust them Sevotech guys. Don't do it."
Oh, okay. Yes, don't trust them. I don't understand.
What? Okay. But
if they're even still around.
okay, but hear me out.
Yeah.
What if I go and trust the Sevotech guys?
Don't.
What would you do
We should
then?
be compliant.
Don't matter to me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you want to die or have your memory wiped or be sent 37 years into the past or whatever? I don't know. I don't know what they do over there anymore. I'm
we're
not
getting
an
into
employee.
time travel now. This is way over my head.
I'm not saying that they do time travel. They might do time travel. I don't know if they do time travel. And at this point, he has been just jamming his fingers into the number pad in like a random order. Well, this is embarrassing. Cal, do you remember the passcode on the door? Cal?
I think your salad is broken.
Sorry, I was taking a shit.
Are you kidding me? Right in front of my salad.
Right in front. Oh, God.
Comedic gold that is probably gonna get cut.
Oh, I'm sorry, Tim. I was just out, like you've been for the past 37 years.
I like him.
Good for
Oh
you.
my God. You're getting salty about that shit? Of course I'm getting salty about that, bitch.
I like him a lot.
So, what did you want, Mr. Barkin? I wanted the number passcode. That's simple. Actually, incredibly simple. I remember when we came up with it. You suggested 1, 2, 3, 4.
You've got to be kidding me.
I suggested making it slightly more complex. And before I could tell you the string of numbers, you took my idea and had already submitted 4, 3, 2, 1.
Bruh.
Very secure, I must say.
This has years of research of my valuable time, thousands of dollars in government funding. And then he puts the code into the door and it unlocks.
A Girl Scout could get in that door.
Funny.
A Girl Scout can't even drive a car.
Okay.
Oh,
Well. I'm not a Girl Scout.
I could tell. And he walks inside. What do you guys do?
I'm going to follow after.
Yeah, I follow, but skeptically. Because that's kind of on brand.
All right. And inside is a small cinema area with a bunch of, well, it's more like just a table with a projector sitting at one end and a screen on the other end. And he gestures for you guys to sit down.
All right. Digby goes and sits down then.
What are the seating options?
They're all the same.
Are there tables anywhere?
There is one table with 6 seats on either side, or 3 seats on either side.
I get into the middle of the table and I sit crisscross on it.
You are sitting right in front of the projector.
What are you gonna do about it? Okay, I want to sit on top of the projector.
Mary,
Stop
climbing things, please.
It's
We're
a
trying to
small.
learn
It's a
about-
small little like.
She's a small girl.
Mary, please.
You fucking break the projector,
Oh my
I guess.
No,
Like-
no. I'll sit on the other side of it, but I am sitting on the table.
The table isn't. You know what? It's fine. It's fine. Somehow the projector is able to project through your body. Anyway,
Good.
he goes rustling through numbered tapes, and he gets one out. And it has it's labeled Lazitus Research number 1.
Wait, that's
And
the
he
name. It's the name of the arc.
Yeah, no,
Sorry.
it's not the name of the arc. Well, I name dropped that earlier. Like,
Yeah, but it got into my head this time. Don't
I'm
worry about
frowning
it.
right
Okay.
now. So
Okay.
hard.
Okay.
And he plops it into the projector and he turns the button on. He turns the button to turn it on. He does not turn the button on. He does a
He
slightly
presses the
sexy
button
dance
sensually.
to try and get the projector to turn on.
You have to roll for that.
I don't have to roll for shit.
Damn.
In my fiction, he got a 13, and he successfully seduced the projector, and it kicks on. It starts whirring up, and it has one of those like
Oh my god, he turned on the projector.
Oh my god.
it has one of those like old projector countdowns,
Okay, oh
like the
yeah,
aesthetically
those things.
pleasing ones. It's like 3, ching, ching, 2, ching, 1, ching, and then starts. And it's a much younger version of him. You could tell that this was about 40 years ago. And he goes, "Well, I got one of these handheld recording devices. They were sent down by the agency, I guess. I don't know. They still haven't formally introduced themselves to me yet, but they are funding my projects. Yay!" And he gives like 2 very weak thumbs up. But anyway, I made a discovery. I have been incredibly worried to enter this ring of trees here, because the readings here are off the charts. I have investigated all around, but I have been worried to death about entering this specific location. There's nothing much here other than the Schaefer estate. I don't know what it's doing all the way out here, though. I mean, by all historical means, it should be more near old Nirvana. But we don't have to worry about that. The part that we do need to worry about is the fact that I went in there, I had a rope tied around my waist, and I told Cal if I were to be out there for more than 24 hours, he should pull me in. I was out there for 26 hours. 24 of those were planned, and 2 of them were me trying to fight back against the rope because I felt like I was being pulled by a vortex out of reality. I have come to the conclusion that this small stretch of land somehow exists within the mind of whoever inhabits it. Which is a strange thing to say, but viewed from the outside, well, you can't really view it from the outside. You got to go through the trees to get a full view of it. It's impossible to view from the outside. But once you're inside, everything's normal. Nothing is out of the way. Everything is fine. Actually, my shack was in there. Those trees, they disappeared. I just felt like I was at home. I'm going to have to do more research. And then it clicks off.
What?
Gave a little more context, but
So nothing in there exists except for what's in our heads.
No, actually, since then, there's been quite a couple landmarks built around. You can see a town in there.
Really? Is it?
From overhead, yeah. What lives in there actually exists. It just doesn't exist as you would think it does.
What do you mean by that? Doesn't exist
Well,
as you think it does.
You wouldn't know this, but there's a creature living amongst you.
You mean?
There's an imposter?
There's a fungus among us.
Ah!
If you said, did you say that in character?
Yeah. No,
You see Digby
No, I
just
didn't.
visibly
No,
age.
no.
You see the lines deepen in his face when he hears that sentence.
With the time frame, I think that Among Us would be like a thing, but I don't think he would know. I don't think he would know.
That's too mainstream for Mary. She's built different.
No, but the more you know about it, the more it tries to keep you there, the less it lets you know. You know? I mean, I was in there. I didn't have any reason to leave because it didn't want to let me leave. Because if I left, you know, I'd come back here. I'd start poking around again.
And so, is that related to how you were acting in the city of Nirvana?
Well, yeah.
Okay.
It had half of my life rewritten.
That's terrifying.
I had a grandson that doesn't even exist.
What?
Now that I'm thinking about it, it never even bothered to invent children. It just skipped straight to that part, and I never questioned it because it told me not to.
So what is it, then? You say that it kept telling you not or to do these things.
The town.
Trying to say that the town is some sort of sentient being that made you do all that?
I don't know if it's sentient. It might be a machine. It might just be... I don't know. It might be automatic, but it is trying as hard as it can to make everything normal. And that doesn't even begin to scratch the Lazitus radiation that plagues that their town. The reason I look like this.
Yeah, so do you have an idea of what that Lazitus radiation is all about? Like where it's coming from, or like what exactly it does besides disfigure you? I don't know.
I have to tell you, I don't know what it is. I haven't ever seen the Lazitus itself, but it's some incredibly mutagenic property. Or at least the radiation does. I don't know what it does itself. What I can discern is that it exists somewhere underneath the town.
Okay.
And I think the more you're exposed to, the worse it is. So, and he gestures to himself. This is what happens once you're exposed to it at the level I was exposed to it after 37 years.
Did you go near the mines in the town at any point?
Never, actually.
Never. I was just thinking, since you said it may be underground, I was thinking maybe that could be connected to the mines, but if you haven't gone
Well,
there.
it gets through the ground. I mean, like, it is so incredibly powerful that it is able to soak itself into the soil. Everything here is basically radioactive.
And this entire town is being affected by it. So,
Oh, the entire thing.
do you know at what point the town is going to get to the state that you were in?
Oh, everyone? They should be fine for another 20 some odd years. That was
Okay.
I don't know very much myself, but I have done experiments on and he will walk into another room and put the same pin in another room that you weren't able to access before, Artie. And it's full of just cages.
Oh.
I ran some animal testings for this radiation, and of course they're like corpses now, but there's one. It's a rat, and it has two tails, and it looks like it was generating a second head, but it was never fully like developed. And in one, there is the corpse of a guinea pig, but it looks way too big to be a guinea pig. And the things that you'll get about these test subjects is that all of the corpses look really, really like good for being just sitting out for 37 years.
They're well preserved?
Like, they're well preserved.
That's strange. Okay.
And then you hear a noise.
Uh,
I do this a lot, don't I?
yeah.
That's like my thing. And then you hear a noise,
You
and then
hear
there's a
audio.
clank,
There's a what?
and then you hear audio. No, there's a clanking sound towards the
Clanking.
back of the room.
Ah,
From the back of the room? Like, we can't see directly to the back of the room?
No. It's like there are a bunch of cages. There
Okay.
are about like two. There, it's put up on a shelving unit,
Yeah.
and you would have to go around to like get to the other side.
Okay. Did anyone else hear that?
Yeah.
what the
That shouldn't
hell?
have happened.
What the hell?
And he starts to hobble over to like the other side. And he says, "Oh my god."
Digby walks up next to him to see what all the fuss is about.
It's a rabbit.
Oh.
And it looks perfectly okay.
Nope.
Okay.
Nope. I would
That's-
like to slowly start backing out of the room.
What in the fuck? Cal?
Is this dangerous?
Cal, Cal, get in here. Wait, you're everywhere, aren't you? Yes, I am. Okay, stop being a smartass. What is this thing doing alive? Have you been feeding it? I Mr. Barkin, it should not be alive, right? The last recorded lifespan for a Lazitus test subject was 5 months.
That's
Yeah.
not good. Supposedly.
Oh my god.
Oh
so,
my
so
god.
what do we do with it? It's not supposed to be here.
No,
assuming-
it is.
Diggoby, I know that you live here. I know that all your stuff is here, but we need to kind of go, I think. Let's get your stuff.
whoa, whoa, whoa.
Get the
I'm
hell
not-
out of
I
this
am not-
hole in the desert with the demon bunny.
What do you
Whatever
mean
the hell
demon
that
bunny?
is.
It looks fine. It's literally
Thi-
just a rabbit.
No.
This thing.
Yes?
His eyes start to water. This thing is the pinnacle of my research.
Oh,
Oh.
how so?
Well, boys, and
Uh.
you.
You.
I'll accept that.
This bunny's achieved immortality.
Excuse me?
What? What?